Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you here with me. If you're returning, it's wonderful to see you again. In today's Cat's Message of the Day, what you'll receive is my channeled message, plus a page from the Angel Guidance book, and also the Healing Oracle Love Deck card. Before I get into this message, please note that this is a collective group message and it may not align with you today, and that's simply okay. Come back tomorrow where it may resonate more with what you need to know. Okay. Today's message is, are you reactive or proactive? Do you feel like last minute Larry or planning Pete? How is that impacting your daily life and overall well-being? So how is it if you're a last minute Larry that you're running around and you do everything at the last minute, or whether you're someone that really plans ahead and you get continuously in your thoughts and you're continuously planning, how does that impact your overall well-being and your daily life? Whether you are reactive or proactive, it causes toxic emotional imbalance, especially if you are so one way or so the other. Do you feel anxious, stressed, overwhelmed, exhausted, nervous, or any other negative emotion? There could be other ones that I have missed that I haven't covered. So if any of those don't align, maybe there's another one. And through this, I wanted to pose some questions because there's some people in my proximity that suffer from particular things, and I'm going to go back into the message. I'm digressing. So, do you suffer from headaches, migraines, or even maybe have gut issues? And you cannot find out why and what's causing them because you've had tests done, but they're not giving you answers as to why these things are happening. I hope that I'm posing some questions for yourself and you're going, why is she even saying this? And this is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. You know that you can overplan and underplan, right? And it's about you identifying the balance spot for you. I believe that we should both be reactive and proactive in life. Now, this is purely for what we do in life on a daily basis, not in a conversation, okay? Because reactive in a conversation is something that there's no reactive. We should be proactive and digest, right? So take that away. It's more about the decisions that we do in life, like planning of your day, planning of your future. Are you someone that is consistently planning, and you're looking months in ahead, and it's actually causing you to feel anxious? And you put so much on your plate because it's like you're an over planner, right? You're planning Pete and you just keep putting stuff in, and you're someone that is so busy. It's important to have balance in everything you do in life, and it's no different to being proactive and reactive. Because to be reactive can also mean spontaneity sometimes in our life. Something pops up and you just go, yep, I'm going to do it. And we can class that as reactive, right? But I don't want it to be seen as a negative. Absolutely, there are times I'm probably out of balance myself. I am more of a reactive. When I'm pushed in a corner and it's last minute, I get stuff done, right? But if I'm planning for certain things, it's like, oh yeah, I got plenty of time to do that. I find it's relevant to housework, right? And so there are times I'm unbalanced. I should be more proactive than reactive. And I know when I am absolutely reactive with certain things, the pressure that, I put on myself, and it causes me to be nervous, stressed out, because it's like, shit, I got time limit. So how many of you can really relate to that? But also to be proactive can actually cause that as well, because the pressure that you're looking at how full your calendar is of all the upcoming events, and it's like, how am I going to fit everything in? So sometimes we can over plan And that's what I mean. It's like you got to feel every moment, item in, and it's like, that's not good either. So I sort of feel that it's really important to have this balance. And yes, way more to being proactive, but rather than use the word reactive, maybe look at spontaneity in life. Are you spontaneous? Are you filling in and programming? I call it programming, planning your life so down to the fine details that you miss a little bit of joy because there's no spontaneity in it. So this was just a topic that I wanted to cover and just highlight because it came up for me today, and I thought, and it was like, is this for me? And it was like, yeah, there are some people that are going to find this useful because they are either an over planner, so they're a planning Pete, and they're finding that they're planning so much and so tight in their life that it's causing them to feel anxious. And there are some of you that are suffering from headaches or migraines. Now, this is not medical advice. All I'm offering is a different perspective. It's maybe something that you hadn't looked at. Maybe you are really putting a lot of pressure on yourself by what you're planning and scheduling in, and that you are actually over planning. You're over scheduling yourself, running yourself thin, which is causing, when this is going 24/7, it's going to blow a foother valve. This needs to shut down and rest like the body. So if you've got a lot going on in your life, it's not surprising that your head starts to hurt. And if you are struggling from migraines and you've had MRIs and you've had tests done and they've tested your blood, they've tested everything, and they cannot physically find why, it could be that you're not hydrating enough. You may not be feeling your body enough. You may be putting self-imposed, or really you're over planning things and your life is just far too busy, not allowing yourself time to rest. And with the gut, you got to think, is it not surprising? And this is just think. You got to really look at it logically. If we're anxious or we're stressed, the whole body tightens, right? We can feel it. It's like, and so of course, where does it tighten? Really take time. It tightens here, it tightens here, it tightens in the gut. So if we've got gut issues and we're someone that constantly feels stressed, anxious, exhausted, overwhelmed, is it not surprising that your body is it's going to cause something in your body? And generally it's in the gut, because there's this tension in your whole overall body, because that's how you work every day. And this was just a brilliant topic just to bring up. Now, again, I will reiterate, this is not medical advice. I'm not saying that this is what's wrong. All I'm offering is for you a different perspective that you may not have taken into consideration. Because overall well-being means we must look at everything going on in our life externally. We must take everything into consideration, because everything can impact our overall well-being. It's not just food, it's not just diet, it's not just lack of exercise, it's our state of mind, it's our state of emotion, it's what's going on in our external world. And so really take that time. Are you reactive or proactive? Are you last minute Larry, or are you planning Pete or planning Poppy? There we are for the female. And are you last minute Leanne? There we go. I wanted to have the both sexes covered. So really ask yourself, I thought it was a different topic that not many people may not have really spoke about and looked at it from the perspective that I am sharing with you right now. So take the time and decide. And maybe if you're a bit of both, that may be exact balance for you. That's the sweet spot. Find the sweet spot. And remember, if you are a planner, ask yourself, what spontaneity do you have in your life? Especially in a relationship, you need to have a bit of spontaneity. Just last minute stuff. Just like, yeah, let's go and do this. Even if you'd plan something else. It's really good to be spontaneous in life. Yeah, we can't plan everything out. Or we shouldn't choose to. All right, what have we got in the book today? Okay. Oh, goodness. You would think I read this, and I promise you, with all of my whole being, I do not. And you're going to see why when I show you. Take your time. Okay, what this is really sharing with me is those of you who are going to watch this are maybe proactives. You're planning Pete and Poppy. And this is just saying, take your time. And I'm actually getting that some of you are really struggling with headaches and migraines. That's what's coming through now. And some of you have actually had some tests and they cannot find an answer as to why you're struggling from these. I would love for you to just bring in a couple of simple tools. And that is, if you've got a day ahead of you and you're already stressed looking at what you've planned for the day, I want you to take some deep breaths all throughout the day. And when the next thing comes, as soon as you can feel that, oh my gosh, I've got to get that done to get that in and blah, 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 I want you to stop and I want you to take some breaths. And deep breaths consist of 3. You take enough breath in where you can physically not take any more breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then slowly push that breath out till you can push no more breath out. It just allows you to balance that emotional state again, which gives you the ability to logically look at the next task rather than approach that task from a space of overwhelm. Yeah? Which means this isn't thinking properly, which means the next task seems so much bigger than what it actually is. So during the day, bring in the breathing technique and take your time. And don't say you don't have time to do the breathing. I can already hear some of you going, I don't have time for that. Yes, you do. Because you will gain that time just through you being calm doing that task. I hope this makes sense. It's like I feel like I want to bop you on the head like they're bopping me right now and they're saying, get excited. I'm like, I got to stay calm. So take some breaths. And just really allow yourself that time. I'm really getting some of you are so overwhelmed with work. There's no balance in your life. When was the last time you did something for you? Take your time. Okay, before I read this message, if you'd like to close your eyes, take a deep breath with me. You've become so accustomed to rushing to meet all of your responsibilities that it's almost an ingrained habit to go fast. Yet scurrying from one task to another doesn't win any contest or engender peace of mind. Rather, it keeps your focus on the future instead of enjoying the present moment. Reading this message is one way that you're taking good care of yourself. You're nourishing your soul and creating healthful new outlooks, but we angels want you to make more of an effort to move less quickly throughout the day. Accomplishing what you need to and taking care of your time aren't mutually exclusive activities. You can get a lot done when your energy and mood are soaring with the vigor that comes from enjoying yourself. This happiness is built on noticing the beautiful, funny, and poignant features of your day. And that requires taking your time so that these details become clear. You can also ask others to help you with your needs and responsibilities, and that includes requesting assistance from us. Enjoy your time today. Thought for today. I take my time and approach my day with wonder and delight, noticing the rich fabric of each moment. It's okay for me to slow down as I accomplish all that I need to at a leisurely pace. So absolutely, when you can feel it in your body, it becomes this feeling, I'm just going to say overwhelmed, anxious may align with you, whatever it is, that feeling of having a rush. This is really affirming. Take the time to stop, breathe, and then know that you've got this. Because you actually have. And it's not good for your overall well-being if your body is consistently in a state of rush or panic. There we go. Panic. It's not healthy for your body to be constantly in a state of panic, because that means it's like this. It's tight. What happens when things are tight and they're not lubricated? They break. No difference to the body. The body should not be in a state of panic or tension 24/7. It is going to show itself in different forms: headache, migraine. Again, not medical advice, just offering a perspective. Maybe you hadn't looked at why you're suffering from migraines from this angle. Are you continuously in a state of panic, overwhelmed, anxious? Are you that busy you don't have time to stop and think? Do you feel like, oh my gosh, I've got so much stuff going on today. How am I going to get it all done? Blah, 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 blah. Can you feel that? I can. Ugh. I'm not comfortable in that. And absolutely, there are moments I have that and I'm in that. And then I stop. I go to the bathroom and I sit and I take a breath and I go, Kat, what are you doing? I find that that's my place of just checking in. I'm going, Kat, what are you doing? Stop. Take a deep breath. And it's like, whew. So it's raising awareness, and it takes practice. Practice makes permanent, yeah? I'm not saying you can get this instantly, but maybe it's time to start culling down. If you are proactive and you're planning to the point that there is not much room for anything to fit in, you need to calm the farm. Bring that back. What in there can you cut out? What in there can you reduce? Then see how you feel. And if you are a reactive, what can you begin to start planning? What can you do ahead of time rather than leave it to last minute, where it's going to take that same pressure off you? It's no different. To continuously live in a plan of being reactive can cause the same thing as being proactive. The same outcome. It's just from a different perspective. So what can you start planning ahead and getting better at, so you're not being last minute Larry, that there's that causing that anxiousness, that panic, because you've got to get it done. Oh my gosh, I've left to the last minute. Yeah? I just love this message. Take your time. How appropriate. What card do we have? And only one. Relationship. I absolutely get this. There's two. Relationship with self and the relationship, your intimate relationship. For some of you watching this, it's coming through thick and fast that you are such a planner, or you're very reactive rather than proactive. So for both of you, there's some proactive and reactive people that are watching this, that it's impacting your relationship. Your partner is the opposite to you maybe, and it is driving them crazy. But more so, what I'm getting is, due to your being reactive or proactive, they're missing out quality time with you. And that for the proactive, they feel that you're really filling your calendar too full and that they don't matter. You're not making time for them. And those of you who are reactive, the same. Because of your lack of planning, they feel that you're continuously chasing your tail, which is taking away time from them. And I feel this message may be a little bit aligned with me today. And that is absolutely another thing that I've been working on, is really committing and becoming more fluid in what I do and planning. I was never a planner. Yeah, I was reactive. I'm improving. There is still definitely room for improvement. And my husband is the planner. He is the proactive when it comes to planning and scheduling. He's very good at it. And for me, I lack in that department. However, I could say that I feel sometimes he may the balance. Just as much as I lack balance, I feel he lacks balance. He may not feel that, and that's okay. It's just my perspective. So it's about owning your truth. And we are different beings, and it's about respecting that. So if you are the partner of someone that you feel is not giving you their time due to them being reactive or proactive, then maybe it's time to have a beautiful conversation with them and say that you respect the way that they are, but you make it about you and say that I miss having time with you. I feel like all these other things are your priority and I'm not. And if those of you are going, what? What I teach my clients is your relationship should always be your priority. If it matters to you, then you make it number one. You invest time in it every day. I don't believe relationships are hard work, especially when you invest in them every day. It's called maintenance. I maintain my relationship every day. So does Darren. We both do, because we invest time in it every day. Do you? Have you actually, for those of you who are reactive or proactive, have you scheduled time in for your relationship? Do you have spontaneity in your relationship? Some of you, I feel like it's like, okay, Thursday at 2 o'clock, we're going to catch up. Really? Where's the fun? Where's the joy? Sometimes just ring and go, what are you doing? Let's go out for dinner. What are you doing? Let's go for a drive to the beach. But call, not text. We're having a hot date tonight. Be ready by 7 o'clock. So now it's really predominantly coming about those of you who are in a relationship. But for self, what relationship are you having with self? What is your reactive or proactive doing to self? What relationship do you have with self when you're that? Are you being kind to self? Are you being patient with self? Are you giving self enough notification of what you need to do, or are you putting your body in shock? We must have a beautiful relationship with ourselves. We must nurture and love ourselves. We know that, and value and worth it. Yeah? We know that. What relationship are you having with self? But it really was coming about, if you're proactive, reactive, how it's impacting your relationship. So maybe there's a conversation to be had. And maybe I've just highlighted something that you hadn't thought of that's bothering you in your relationship. And you've got, now I know that's it. Because I don't feel like I'm number one. I feel like I'm number down the bottom of the ladder. Let me ask you, just as I ask everyone that I see, where do you feel that you sit on the ladder with your spouse, your partner? Top, middle, down the bottom with the plebs, midway? Where do you feel you sit in the form of priority? How much do you feel? And some people don't like that question. And that's okay, I respect that. And I know priority sounds a bit harsh, or focus, right? Where do you feel your partner focuses on you? Where are you? And I just feel, I ask that question because it really gives me straight away an indication of so no quality time. They feel like they don't matter. That really shows me that why someone is upset and struggling to show love. Because if they don't feel they matter to their partner, why would you show love? And I feel like this has digressed off the original topic, but the card came up and I just got to go with what it's guiding me. So a little bit of relationship coaching here. So it's important because some of you are the person in the relationship that doesn't feel they matter, but some of you are in a relationship and you're not sure what's going on with your spouse, but that may be exactly why. I'm not saying it is, but make room and make time to have a conversation with them one-on-one, face-to-face. Look at each other in the eye. Be mindful of your tonality. Be mindful of the words that you say. It's important because you want to have a beautiful outcome and you want each other to feel heard. So respectful listening is definitely in order for this conversation. Anyway, I've got gone on enough about the relationship, and it came off track a little bit, but I guess it's in relevance to proactive, reactive. And if you say to me you don't have enough time to have a conversation, something's not quite right. You must always make time to have a conversation for the one that you love. So I hope that you got something little from today's message. I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I absolutely respect your time is valuable. And know that you matter and feel that you matter. You are your most valuable asset. So invest in you every day. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. It's so important because if you don't invest in you, who else is going to? No one. Only you can do the work for self. Nobody else can do it for you. If you enjoyed today's video, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's Message of the Day. And just as a side note, if you'd like a little bit more on relationship skills and tips, make a comment, relationship, and I will endeavour to do some more. I've been recording a couple. I'm going to load them in a certain thing, but yeah. And give me a topic if that's of interest of you to you. So for today, take care.